I will definitely continue on with the series because I love these characters so much. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I decided to start a reading vlog. It's not Monday, it is Wednesday. But I was like, I'm not going to wait until next Monday to start this reading vlog because I feel like doing it now. So we are doing it now. It doesn't matter. And also, I think it does not matter to you as long as we are reading and reviewing. So yeah, I just finished reading How to Solve Your Own Murder, I think yesterday or the day before that. I really enjoyed the mystery in that book, really liked it, but I'm not going to talk about it in this vlog. What I'm going to talk about are the two books that I'm currently reading and also future books that I will be reading during the vlog. But currently I'm nearly done with Butcher and Blackbird. Let me tell you, I really fell in love with this book and these characters. I adored every single page of this book. I'm so happy that I read it. I mean, even talking about it now makes me so happy, and I'm nearly done with the book, so I already know that I'm going to give this 5 stars. It was so good, and the audiobook, a masterpiece. You need the audiobook with this book, specifically this one. Like in all the books where I usually really insist that you need the audiobook, those you really need because they are so good, and I would be sad for people to miss out on them. So yeah, this audiobook is excellent. We have dual narrators, one for Rowan, one for Sloane. And what really amazed me is that when we are in Sloane's chapters or in Rowan's chapters, usually the main character, for example, the person who's reading for Rowan, he will also read the dialogue between Rowan and Sloane with the male voice. But in this book, I think they recorded at the same time because firstly, they both speak in the dialogue. So we have the female voice and the male voice. And also you can feel the interactions and the laughing and when they speak at the same time, for example, I feel like they recorded the audiobook at the same time in the same studio together. That's what it felt. It was excellent. It was top notch. You need the audiobook for this one. Also, I loved the story. It was dark. It was intense. It was filled with emotions that I didn't expect, especially towards the end. I teared up 2 times. I nearly cried 2 times just because the dialogue got really emotional. And we got to see Sloane's vulnerability and when she was opening up about her feelings, and also when she was talking, one scene with Rowan and one scene with Lark, it really hit me. I really touched my heart, and I love her so much. And also, I was grinning like an idiot throughout the story. The banter was a chef's kiss. I laughed out loud so many times. I love their inside jokes, and it made me feel like I was a part of the group, you know? Super fun and addictive and full of action. The pacing was perfect and I couldn't put it down. And it also was really easy to get into. Another thing, I didn't expect the slow burn. It took me by surprise. I didn't expect to have that much tension and pining between the two of them. And it was a true slow burn. I loved it so much. I was waiting for the time to just say it, but it was so well done. I loved it. Also, since we are talking about the slow burn, I thought it was going to be rivals to lovers, but they were kind of rivals, but it was more like strangers. Well, not totally strangers. They heard about each other, then friends, then lovers. And I also loved the friendship in the story, the friendship between Sloane and Rowan in the beginning, and also the friendship between Sloane and Lark. It was so precious. Really adored their interactions. And I also loved the sibling dynamic between Rowan and his brothers. It was super fun and wholesome, and overall I adored this book. It is dark, it is explicit, but the story at the heart of it is like accepting each other and finding supporting people in your life that will love you no matter what. The message is so powerful. I really love this book, and the audiobook. The audiobook is the way to go with this one. And of course, as I said, I didn't finish this book yet. I'm currently still reading the end. I have a little, very little left in this book. And the other book that I'm reading with Butcher and Blackbird is finally Quicksilver. Oh my God, I'm loving my books. I'm loving this one, that one, very different, but I love both of them so much. Fisher, I'm calling dibs on Fisher. I'm telling you right now, he's mine. He's grumpy, broody, possessive, territorial, but at the same time, he cares a lot about his people and he will do anything to protect them. And Sarah's character, I think it is pronounced Sarah's. We have a pronunciation guide at the beginning of the book, which I appreciated so much. She's such a badass. It was so refreshing to see a female character that knows what she wants and goes after it and get it. I loved her character, and I loved that the setting in the beginning of the book was like a dystopian fantasy. They had wards, and you cannot go outside your ward, which is your like the territory. They are like rings, and she was in the poorest section, and because of the weather, the water was very rare, and food was rare too, and she was really struggling. She had only herself and her brother to care for, and she was struggling a lot, but her mindset overall was so empowering. I loved her so much. And when these two meet, the banter, everything, a chef's kiss. I loved the magic system. I loved Quicksilver, the Quicksilver in this book, how magic works and how, I don't want to say too much, but I loved the Quicksilver, the gods. There are a lot of like new original elements that I really enjoyed in this world, and these characters too. I loved Ren as a side character. I loved the fox Onyx. I loved the fire sprites. A lot of things, like I said, a lot of like characters that made the book even more interesting. And what else? Yes, we didn't get the POV of Fisher, but I really wanted to get his POV, but at the same time, thinking about it now, I feel like it serves the plot better, not knowing, and his character too, not knowing what he's thinking about, like the mystery around his character. And it makes the story even more compelling, like he's a puzzle we are trying to figure out. So I think we are not going to get his POV in this book. Maybe towards the end, I'm still like, I think between 50 and 60%. Maybe towards the end, we will get one chapter, like in A Court of Mist and Fury. If I remember correctly, at the end, we got a chapter from Rhysand's POV. Maybe, but I don't think we are going to get his POV in this book. Maybe in the next books of the series. But I'm enjoying this so much. I also loved this quote. How he sees her. Let's see my highlights here. I want to try, yes, it's this one. When he was talking to Carrion is another side character that he grew on me. I hated him in the beginning, but now he's kind of okay until now. I don't know what he's going to do next, but up until now, he was fine. So he was speaking about Ceres to Carrion. He said to him, "Don't call her Sunshine." And Carrion answered and said, "Why not?" So Fisher said, "Because she's moonlight, the mist that shrouds the mountains, the bite of electricity in the air before a storm, the smoke that rolls across a battlefield before the killing starts. You have no idea what she is, what she could be. You should call her Majesty." And I don't know if that is foreshadowing or if it is like how he sees her. It is so beautiful. I don't know what to say. This quote really made my heart melt. So yeah, I am very much enjoying this book. Yes, I'm 64% in. I read a bit more yesterday at night. I forgot, but yeah, I'm enjoying my ride so much. And I cannot wait to see what happened next in the story. But I'm a little bit scared because I don't know, we don't have a release date for the second book. And I think that the author pushed the release date also. So I'm not sure how many days or how many months are we going to wait for the second book. But up until now, I'm very much enjoying my time with Quicksilver. What I'm going to read next, I have my list here. We have Not a Love Throne of Broken Gods, The Honey Witch, The God, and Let Me. Maybe I'm going to pick up another fantasy. I'm leaning more towards The Throne of Broken Gods just because, as I said in my TBR video, I don't want to, because now I read many books after the Book of Azrael, so I don't want to forget about the plot or the characters. I feel like they are slipping. So what I'm going to do after I finish Butcher and Blackbird and Quicksilver, I'm probably going to pick up The Throne of Broken Gods next. So yeah, and I of course keep you updated on both of these and also my next reads. I don't know how many books I will include in this vlog, but we will see. We will see as we go. Okay, I will see you when I have another update for you. Bye! Okay guys, are you ready? It's another day by the way, but I finished Quicksilver. Oh my god! This is 6 stars. No questions asked. This was so good. First of all, the writing style is very easy to get into. It was extremely accessible. It made the book unputdownable, super addictive, and I really made an effort not to finish the book as soon as possible because I was devouring the book, but I stopped myself. I wanted to just take everything in, every detail, every interaction, all the comments, all the snarky comments, the banter. So I made myself have like those small reading sessions just because there is no book 2. And I think the release date for the second book got pushed out. And that made me even sadder. So I decided to take my time, my sweet time with this book. Yes, it was, as I said, super addictive, compelling, and I really didn't want to leave this world. I didn't want to leave this world and these amazing characters, and the characters, oh my god. I'm going to talk about Kingfisher next, but also the side characters, Loreth, Renthis, Taylina, Everlane, Carrion. I hated him in the beginning of the book, but things changed. They are so very well developed, and every single character has its own moment. Some characters we still need to know more about them, but the ones we got to know their backstory, I really got attached to them. And also we have the cutest animal companion ever. His name is Onyx. He's an Arctic fox. He's the cutest thing ever. I was waiting for him to be on page so we can have those really snuggly, cute moments with the characters. I adored his presence. That animal companion was a great addition to the story. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, it is a dark fantasy. In this world, we feel like we are on the verge of an apocalypse if the characters do not succeed with what they are doing. So the stakes are very high. But with that being said, it wasn't heavy. It wasn't, I don't know how to say it. The writing was so good. The magic system with the Quicksilver, I'm not going to mention any details just because in case you didn't read it, but it was very interesting, unique. I found myself wanting to know more, wanting to understand more about how the Quicksilver works, how it came to be. And yeah, it was so interesting. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, Kingfisher. I remember I called dibs on Kingfisher in the first part of this vlog. Yes. He's going to be among the top. He is among the top of the main male characters that I read about, the love interests that I read about this year. Up there with Khan from When the Moon Hatched. Absolutely outstanding. Morally gray, manipulates shadows, possessive, strong, will do anything for his people. Especially when you get a little bit further into the book. I was swooning. I melted. Oh my God. He has multiple layers. And those layers get peeled little by little as we move forward, as we progress in the plot. So we get to see really his heart and what he really cares about. And that made me melt. And I really loved how he's so secretive and mysterious and added so much to the tension, to the angst, the banter. Top tier. All of these are top tier in this book. I loved everything in this book, the whole package. A compelling, interesting plot, unique magic system, a lot of things to discover that are so interesting that you want to know, you want to discover more in this world. Characters to root for, a romance to die for, action that kept me on the edge of my seat, the secrets and the twists at the end of the book. Oh my God. What can I say more? You need to pick it up as soon as possible. It deserves all the hype. I truly, genuinely cannot believe that this is Callie Hart's first romantasy. If this is her first, how will the second book look like? I cannot wait to get at least a release date for the second book. I loved it so much. This is 100% going to be on the top of my 2024 reads. Loved it so much. Up there with When the Moon Hatched. Highly recommend you pick this up as soon as possible. 6 stars, as I said. After this, I also finished Butcher and Blackbird. The audiobook, my friends. The audiobook is the way to go. I think I already mentioned it, but I'm applauding. Applause to the amazing performance from the narrators. It really made the book play out like a movie in my head. I loved the main characters. It was so dark, but at the same time, light-hearted. And the romance. Sloane and Rowan, they match. They are soulmates. And I cannot wait to read the second book. We got a hint about the main couple of the second book. So yeah, I'm super excited to read about them too. And I hope we get some scenes with Sloane and Rowan. I hope we do see them again. And I started also reading the second book in the Gods and Monsters series, The Throne of Broken Gods. This is the second book to the Book of Azrael. And I think I'm on chapter 58. I'm enjoying my time, but I feel like the book is dragging a little bit. I feel like it is longer than it should be. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the ending of the first book started a huge chain reaction, but that was kind of expected. I'm not going to mention any details, but yes, we went through it, but we keep going through it. I don't know if anyone who read the second book felt the same way, but I'm on chapter 58 and I feel like, okay, we understand, but it's dragging a little bit.
And I want to get to the parts where we had a lot of things happening at the same time. So I'm not going to say that we didn't get action. We got a lot of action, but I want to get to the part where we'll really sit down and talk. Okay, talk, because the future of this world is at risk. So yeah, that's all what I'm going to say, but I'm still reading that book. And on my Kindle, I got accepted for the arc of a book. I'm just looking for, yes, I wanted to show you the cover. Look at that. I will insert a picture, a colored picture too, because the cover from Juliet Cross, this is a dark fantasy romance. It's called The Wrath King. This is going to release in September, and I cannot wait to dive into this. I started reading a little bit yesterday, but it's only like the first few pages of the book, so I cannot say anything about it yet, but the cover is gorgeous. My jaw dropped. Like when I saw the cover, I knew I needed to apply for the art, because I wanted to know. What's going on? What is going on? And so I'm reading this on my Kindle, and I'm also reading The Throne of Broken Gods and listening to the audio at the same time, because that book is so long. I mean, the audio is 28 hours and 50 minutes, something like that. So it's about 29 hours. So I needed some help to finish that book, because it's a lot. So but I'm reading this also on my Kindle, and we will see. I will update you on both of them soon. But yeah, I hope the pacing picks up with The Throne of Broken Gods. And yeah, I will update you soon when I have more updates as usual. Bye!
Hello besties, again, another day again, and I finished The Throne of Broken Gods, and let me tell you, this was so emotional. Like, it pulled a lot of emotions out of me: friendship, family, love, everything. I don't want to mention a lot, but it was very emotional, very heart-wrenching, very sad at times. But what made it bearable at the same time is that we got a lot of fun parts too. So yeah, it was well balanced. And I love the multiple POVs in this book. In the first book, I think we only got Diana and Samkiel. In this book, we got a lot of other characters. And the thing that blew my mind was that even the spy scenes and the romantic scenes, we got them also from other POVs, like other stories. And I didn't read another book like that. I haven't come across a book like that before. I never read like a spy scene with a side character, like a side character own story. And I found it very interesting. I really loved that. And all of the characters were very fleshed out, felt so real. The world building continued to grow and to develop. I loved that a lot too. We always have like new things and new characters to discover. And I fell in love even more with Diana's character. Like seeing her, especially in this book, seeing her totally unleashed that raw brutality, seeing her lethal, fierce, brutal, in her at most feral state was something to be witnessed. It was glorious. I loved every single bit of it. And Samkiel, I loved his unwavering loyalty and devotion and patience and wisdom. I love his character so much. How he was patient with her, how he defends her with every cell of his being, and how he never gave up on her even when she gave him zero hope. His love never faltered, and I have so much respect for him because of that. I love his character so much. And from the group of Celestials, I love Cameron. I adore his characters. Every time he's on page, I laugh so hard. I adore his snarky comments. I adore his humor. He really has a special place in my heart. I loved him. I would say, like, yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this book very much. My only complaint is still that I thought that it was overwritten. It was a bit too long, and it really does not need to be 618 pages long. I think even if we take like 100 pages from the book, we will still get the same feelings and we will still understand everything that we should understand from the book. Like, the point will be taken. It really sometimes felt a bit repetitive, especially like when I gave you that update. Those 58 chapters I was at when I gave you my update, it felt a bit repetitive, and I found myself like zone out throughout the book. Like, all what Diana did and the reaction and everything got dragged out a lot, in my opinion. And also, I think the twists at the end of the book, because we got a lot of hints and big revelations before that, it got hinted at a lot towards the end. So the twist, I already like knew. And I'm 100% sure it's not only me, we already knew what the twist was about. And this book ended on a cliffhanger, exactly like the first book. The first book also ended on a cliffhanger. Maybe I didn't say it, but the second book picks up right after where we left off in the first book. And I checked the page count of the third book, and it is 518. So it is 100 pages less than this one. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, and I'm so excited to continue on with the series. I will definitely continue on with the series because I love these characters so much, even though, as I said, I felt like it dragged out a little bit, but the story, the plot, the characters, everything is super interesting, and it is fresh, it is new. So I'm very interested to continue on this journey with the characters. And yeah, I decided to wrap up the vlog here to start a new one, hopefully. And I don't want it to get too long. So if you made it this far, leave me the crown emoji. And if you love this vlog, subscribe and join the amazing community of book besties here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!